Give it a second. Give it a second for the online. Shalom to all the family that's online. Happy Sabbath. We got some beautiful people here today. All praises to Zai, Barak, and family. Everybody in here, man. All praises. Our elders through the spirit. All praises, man. We're happy to have you guys every time. You know, you guys as kids is taller than me now. Man. What's going on, man? What happened? What happened, Lord?
Oh, man.
Yes. All praises. Shalom to everybody online. Good to see my brother Shire all the way. BOW. If you guys don't know, we got a BOW in Tennessee. All right. All praises. So the brothers out there. Clap it up. Yeah, brother out there. Brother really trying to build up and start it up out there, man. BOW, we trying to put in that work, you know, trying to put in that work. So, but let's go ahead and get into the lesson, man. It's a real important lesson. It's a good lesson. And this lesson is entitled Understanding of Sin. Understanding of sin. Who knows what sin is? Let's get that precept. Who got it? Got that precept. What is sin? I heard Mosh said it, I think. Yeah. I'm a Juan said it? Okay, my bad. I'm a Juan. Go ahead. I'm so used to Mosh be saying everything sometimes. I'll be forgetting. Hey, you gotta bring it out now, man. Read that precept for me, I'm a Juan. You gotta bring it out now. I ain't gonna put him on Front Street. Go ahead, Mosh. Read it, Mosh. I just want to see if you do it. Now go ahead, Mosh. You read it. Read that. Somebody put it in 1 John 3 and 4. Absolutely. Go ahead. You got it. Oh, live. Go ahead, live. Read it.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressive also the law.
So sin is the breaking of the law, right? Now we already know that, right? Somebody asks you what sin. We're gonna go to 1 John 3 and 4. Oh, sin is the breaking the law. Yeah. But I want to explore what sin is a little bit more deeper, right? Because when you really understand that there's levels to sin. How many of you guys understand that there's levels to sin? Is all sin equal, like the Christian church say? All sin is equal. The homosexual, the murderer, yeah, he did die for all of our transgressions. But all sin is not equal. You got some sin that outweighs others. For instance, somebody give me a sin that's worthy of death. What's the sin that's worthy of death? Somebody say it. Somebody, anybody? Homosexuality. That's a sin worthy of death. Give me another sin that's worthy of death. Adultery, right? Sleeping with another man's wife, right? Give me another one. One more. Breaking the Sabbath is a sin punishable. All you brothers out there, and I'm speaking to the Hebrew brothers out there. All you brothers out there and the Hebrew brothers, if you break the Sabbath, that is a sin punishable by what? Death. Idolatry. That's a sin that's punishable by what? Death, right? So there's certain sins that are punishable. Somebody said murder. Yes, murder is a sin that's punishable by death. Okay. So contrary to what the Christian church says, all sin is not equal, right? I think, do we have any seats? Do we have any extra seats up here? No? Okay, one of the kids can move. Sis, you can come up here. One of the kids can move. Okay, So read that again, 1 John 3 and 4.
The book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressive also the law.
Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is the breaking of the law. So how can the Christian church, this is the hypocrisy of the Christian church. How can the Christian church say you don't have to keep the law when sin is breaking the law? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? And this is why now all your mainstream pastors is almost gay now. This is a fact. Because like TD Snake said it, TD Jake said it, right? He said, God doesn't look at, he looks at everyone as equal, and it doesn't matter. And God said the men of the Lord speak God's word, and God said that he loves everyone. Joel Osteen, God, he just loves everybody. I know Joel Osteen. God, He is the one that loves, and we all love. The good word of God. No. Okay. Sin is not all equal. Some sin is punishable by death. Huh? Okay. Now let's understand sin, right? And what sin does and how sin works. Okay. Let's get Genesis. Actually, get James 1:1 real quick. James chapter 1, verse 1. This is an important lesson. For all my Israelites out there, this lesson is more important than any debate that you watched. This lesson is more important than any controversy in the nation of Israel. This is an important lesson for you to understand to get your salvation. Okay? So let's read that. James chapter 1 and start at 13.
The book of James, chapter 1, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
Uh-huh.
For God cannot be tempted with evil,
Uh-huh.
neither tempteth he any man.
Read.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Now, what does that mean? Somebody could say, well, I thought God said He created darkness and He created light. And what does that mean? Well, we got to understand what sin is. Every man has its own sin and its own lust, right? That he creates within his own heart. And this began when? When did this begin? When did this struggle begin? Adam and Eve, right? The Lord gave Adam a commandment, right? And what did Adam do? He transgressed that commandment. And from there on, what happened? Sin was brought forth in the world. Because sin is the what? Breaking of the law. All right. So the Most High God says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man. Come on, read.
Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
So, and then when that man that is tempted, right, goes into that lust bringeth forth what? Sin. And then that sin bringeth forth what? Death. Sin bringeth forth death. For example, all those old ladies that sit in the front of the church with missing legs and missing arms because they got high blood pressure and all of that. God said I can eat anything I want. Then you got to get your gallbladder taken out, and you got to get your spleen and all that. Got to get surgery on your stomach, and because sin bringeth forth what? Death. Y'all can tell I've been in a lot of churches. Huh? I know Delvon, that's why he be laughing. I've been in a lot of churches. It brings forth death. And all in the Christian church is death. Them be the sickest people. Seriously. They be the sickest people. Diabetes, high blood pressure, STDs, you name it, it's going to be all in the Christian church. Now, in here, in the rightful church, we're not supposed to have none of that. Why? Not saying that somebody can't get sick, but we don't have a lot of those ailments that the world has. Why? Because we are supposed to be upholding ourselves in a rightful manner. Right? Because sin, which is the breaking of the law, bringeth forth death. So we want to escape death by keeping God's laws. But sin sometimes can go unnoticed to some people. Sometimes sin can go unnoticed. We talk about sin so much, sometimes it doesn't hold weight. Like I'm saying, sin. Oh yeah, we talk about sin all the time. But it doesn't really hold that necessary weight that we need to actually change, right? So hopefully today we can actually go into it and understand so we can actually change. So sin comes from temptation, and then once you fall into that temptation, it brings forth the sin, and then death comes shortly after, right? Let's get Genesis chapter 4, verse 6. Genesis chapter 4. How many of you guys know that sin, well, let me not say sin, the temptation of sin is a part of you, okay? It's a part of you. It's a part of you because of your flesh, right? Because sin feels good, doesn't it? It does. Let's not lie. It does feel good. The pleasure of your flesh feels good. It does. This is what sin is. Sin is pleasure. That's what sin is. It's pleasure. All right. People can't give up pork because what? It tastes good. When grandma cooked that good gumbo and all that, it tastes good. Let's not act like we all wasn't in here chowing down on some pork. All right. Gumbo, the whole nine. Shrimp. I said it right? Okay. Shrimp, crab, lobster. All right. We're not going to act like, well, I'm not going to act like at least. I wasn't tearing that up. Sucking the meat out of the thing, roach of the sea leg. Yeah. Chewing the shrimp, chewing the tail, trying to, yeah. No, I used to, come on, man. I ain't going to act like I wasn't. Yeah. And it tastes good. Because if you didn't like it, would you do it? Okay, sin feels good. All right? Sin feels good. That's the thing. So sin, everybody, you know, rub your arm a little bit. Rub your arm. Don't that feel good? Feel good, huh? Feel good. That's how sin is. Feel real good. It's caressing your arm, feel good. All right? But don't take my word for it. We're going to take the scriptures for it. Because the scriptures tell you sin tastes good at the mouth. But it has its own reward. All right, let's read that. Genesis 4 and 6.
The book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Right. Now, this is the first murder in the entire, I guess you could say, world. Because this is the first murder, right? Now, it felt good, not felt good in the sense like pleasure, but it feels better when you're able to be angry at somebody. How many of you guys, how hard is it to say sorry to somebody? That's hard. You got to give yourself a prep talk, okay? Right? You're going to go in there, and you're going to just say, you sorry, all right? That's what you're going to do. You ain't going to talk about nothing else. You're going to go in there, and you're going to just say sorry, all right? You got to give yourself a prep talk. You ain't got to give yourself a prep talk to be mad. Okay, Rata, you're just going to be mad. You're just going to be mad at him. Don't worry, just be mad. It don't even sound right. Anger is just natural. It's just, you want to jump up and pop them in the mouth. Somebody step on your shoes or look at you the wrong way. It's a natural instinct inside of you. Kids, do you have to teach kids to be bad? They just know how to be bad. It's amazing. I got 5. You just know how to be bad. You got to teach them to be good. You understand? Teaching to be good. Why? Because being evil is a part of everybody's nature. It's natural. Men are evil. I'm trying to tell you, men are some evil creatures. Very evil. All right? Disgusting. Nasty. You want to know? All you got to do is go downtown and just walk down the streets of downtown. Look how nasty and filthy the streets are. Smelly. Smell like pee on the corner and all type of drugs and people out their mind. Just go walk downtown. You want to see how evil and nasty people are? Just go downtown and just walk down. Go to Skid Row and just walk down Skid Row. You'll see just how nasty and evil people are. It's people killing people down there, fighting people down there, jipping people off down there, selling drugs down. It's all type of lust down there. All that. You can find it. Man is wicked. Man is evil. When we need a law to keep us in check, right? And that's what these laws and commandments act as, right? So the Lord says, why has thy countenance fallen, right? Read.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Now that's cold, because the scriptures, why is it saying, are calling sin him or his? It's referencing sin as like a actual being. It says that if you do not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire. So sin is referenced as an actual being. What being was he talking about? Okay, but not really. Yes, he's talking about Satan, the adversary. He's talking about him on his own self. His own desire. When you fall into the lust of your own self, right? You'll be imprisonment to your own desires and your own cravings. Why can't people lose weight? 300-pound people. You seen those people? They can't stop eating, excuse me. Well, they are, technically, they are dying. How many episodes have we watched and me and my wife be sitting there and we just be like, the kids be watching it with us, they be like, why you just don't stop eating? Because it ain't that easy. Is is gluttony against the law? Yes. It's her, that's a sin. It's her. She can't stop. She's imprisoned to her own desire. That's cold. That's cold. Why do you think people can't stop doing drugs? They're imprisoned by their own desire. Their own, what did James say? Their own temptation. Because a wino might not care about crack, but he's a drunkard. And then the crackhead might not care about drinking, but he's no crackhead. Their own desires. They're trapped in their own minds, their own lust. You understand? So when the Most High God says that that it desires him and it wants to rule over him, how many of you guys ever seen like one of those beautiful, pretty girls in high school? How many of y'all know that? Brothers know them pretty girls in high school? It was real pretty. Real pretty. Just, wow, so pretty. 16, 17 years old, hair down to her shoulders, nice skin tone, nice teeth. But guess what? She turned up. She's smoking every weekend. She's getting drunk and high every weekend. She having different sexual partners. And by the next 10 to 15 years, when you see her, brothers, she burnt out. Hair to her ear, the bottom of her ear. Teeth she ain't got that glow no more. You know why? Because she's consumed with her own lust. True story. I seen a sister that I went to school with, middle school with, and a little bit of high school with. Pretty sister. And I ran into her, and I seen her, and I was talking to her, and I'm like, yeah. She was like, you look exactly the same. I said, I know, but dang, you can't say the same on school. Oh, goodness. But the only reason why I look exactly the same is because I don't smoke. When I do drink, I drink in moderation. That's what we got to drink in moderation. Can't just be crazy out here drinking for years. There's some people that they drink from the morning all the way to the night and then wake up again and drink from the morning all the way to the night. Now, that's scary. That's scary. To be trapped in your own lust like that. And it messes up your body. It messes up your teeth. It messes up that glow. You know them people that smoke a whole bunch of weed, they got that dark glow to them? Got that like dark, nasty glow to them? Their eyes be dark. Smoke a whole bunch of that weed. They don't have that same vibrant, lively look anymore. They lose a whole bunch of weight, get real skinny, some of them. That's what lust does. It consumes you, right? Was that was all that? Oh, reset. Yeah, reset.
Oh, right.
Oh, verse 7. Okay, hold that. Let's go from there. So I want to get a definition of sin, okay? And we're gonna go into this word, and then after we go into the word sin, we're gonna break the definition down, okay? So it says to act perversely, okay? To act perversely, all right? Commit iniquity. So remember perversely, because we're gonna look that word up. Remember iniquity, we're gonna look that word up. Ruin, destruction, desolation, darkened understanding. Watch this. Darkened understanding of the containments of life. What does it mean, darkened understanding of the containments of life? What does that mean? What are the containments of life? Things of the world, right? Like food, right? Drinking water, intercourse, right? Those are like containments of life. Those are things that we do in our day-to-day, basic day-to-day life, right? So it says, darken understanding of those things. So take everything in the world and make it a negative. So intercourse, for example, instead of a man and a woman being together and a woman being with her husband, and a man having his own wife and a woman having her own husband, we'll take that righteous, because is marriage a righteous act? But we'll take that act and we'll use it in our darkened understanding. So now I don't want to just have intercourse with a man or a woman. I want to have it with a man now. Vice versa with the woman. Darkened understanding of the containments of life. That's what it is. The coca plant is where cocaine comes from, right? Did you guys know that? You know cocaine comes from a plant? God. Yeah. You know heroin comes from a plant? God. All that comes from plants. A darkened understanding of the containments of life is to take that plant, put it in a lab, and create a drug that will get you addicted. But the original essence of that was a good thing. Okay? Darkened understanding of the containments of life. Right? That's a part of this definition, right? It says a crime, offense, trouble, suffering, punishment, evil, distortion, translated as iniquity, to convey premature preconceptions, confusion, darkness. All right, to convey premature perceptions. All right. Now we're gonna break this whole thing down. Now the first thing I want to look up that was within that definition is perversely. Okay, so let's look up perversely. So perversely, it means turned away from what is right or good. Corrupt, a perverted form of something. Abhorrent sexual behavior. To lead astray. Corrupt the young. To divert to a wrong purpose. So to take something that was originally good and create it and give it to a wrong purpose. All right? Abhorrent, entice, encourage to assist or support in the achievement of a purpose, deviation from a moral standard or normal state. All right? So to take from a normal state and create it and pervert it into an abnormal state. Okay. Let's get this definition. All right. This is we read that one. Okay, actually I didn't finish. Oh, actually I'm sorry, Salakia. Corrupt, to make evil, morally degenerate, a sex pervert. All right. Now notice how all of those definitions that we just read can be summed up in American culture. Every single parents, you have to protect your children. Every single definition we just read is summed up in America. Everything. Women, what do they want to give you? Sexual liberation. Why can't we do what men do and go out and sleep with whoever I want? They tell you in your movies. Tell you that in your movies. They tell you that in your shows, your women shows. Y'all know the shows y'all watch. They tell you that in your shows. Right? Brothers, what do they tell you to be? They tell you to be a criminal, a killer, a drug dealer. What do they tell your kids to be? It's so wicked now for the children. Who? I mean, I'm a little older, but how many of us grew up on Nickelodeon and a Cartoon Network? I did. cannot turn that on today. I was on a plane. True story. I was on a plane coming from Atlanta. It was a kid. He was watching a cartoon show. It was a character in the cartoon. I couldn't hear it because he had the earphones on, but I could see. It was a character in the cartoon of a big muscular, it's a cartoon, a big muscular black dude. He was big and strong, but he had a little small dress on. And his mannerisms were soft. And the woman is sitting there letting her son watch this. And you wonder why your kids are homosexual. Oh, but they were born that way. No, they were manipulated that way. Because what does it mean to corrupt? To make evil, morally degenerate, right? To make evil. They're literally trying to make your children evil. That's why for the young ones that's teenagers in here, be careful not to fall into that trap. You think your friends is having fun? You think, they get to go to parties, they get to go out, they get to stay out late, they get to drink, they get to do all of that, they get to do. In a couple of years, you're going to probably see them on the street. True story. Am I lying? How many of our friends that was, me, I'm only speaking of Raya because I went to school with her. We was locked up in the house. Couldn't do nothing. Well, it was one spring break. My dad, he didn't really understand. My dad didn't understand what teenage kids was getting into. So one spring break, he let me go for the whole spring break with my friends. He didn't know what we was doing. We was out staying up all night. I'm only like 14 at the time. I'm hanging with 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds. We driving all night, not going to. He's thinking I'm playing video games at my friend's house. All night, we out. He came to pick me up, and so happy we had a party. And that was the last time he let me stay out. He came, he was shocked, like, what the heck? Gangbangers in the front, all type of stuff. He came, and the whole ride home, it was quiet. That was the last time he let me have that much freedom. But you know what? I thank my dad for that. I think because now when I look back and I see those people that did have that freedom, them kids, they smoked out. Some of them is homeless. They look beat up. They have hard lives. A lot of them got STDs. I remember they had to throw Gardena blood away. I remember that. I went to Gardena High. Y'all know how they do the little blood, when they take the blood from the blood drive? They had to throw the blood away. A high school. That's how many people kids had STDs. That's tough, huh? That's tough. Come on. So when you think that that's the life, look, I'm gonna tell you, this ain't the life. This ain't the life. The Most High gonna tell you, look, why seek death in the era of your life? We might have to get that one. That one cold. Most High said, why seek death in the era of your life? You think this is life? No, it's not. Let's get this real quick. Go to Leviticus 18. And start at verse 1.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 1. Mm-hmm. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say to them, I am the Lord your God.
Who's our God, Israel? The Most High. He's our God. So who are you supposed to listen to? The Most High. Are we supposed to listen to Esau? Our friends? Well, no. We got to listen to the Most High God, right? He's our God. Read.
After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do.
He said, what they was doing in Egypt, y'all can't do that. Where are we at right now, family? We're in spiritual Egypt. We're in spiritual Egypt, right? Read.
And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Mm-hmm.
So when America tells you, you are free to do whatever you want, should we listen? Not at all. We got to really keep these commandments. Read.
You shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord.
See, that said, if a man do, he shall live in them, right? So let's keep reading. Read.
None of you shall approach to any that is near of kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness.
So how many stories can we pull up right now of mothers or videos of mothers twerking on their 5-year-old sons? It's a fact. I know y'all ain't here looking. It's crazy. You know what I find crazy about like lessons like this? When you bring it out like this, everybody like be like in the audience be like, huh? But it's really the world. Like we see this all the time, but we don't bat an eye to it until somebody brings it to like realization. It's kind of like everybody in a trance. And then when you bring it out, it's like, what the heck? Even when we teach it on the streets, we be teaching on the streets and we be bringing it out. And sometimes we might go a little hard. We might be bringing it out like real. People be looking at us like, I can't believe you said that. And I'm like, you listen to Nicki Minaj. Yeah. And Cardi B, they say way more worse stuff. I'm just telling you reality. But since it got a nice beat to it, oh, that's how you use subtlety to pervert something to be evil. You watch this every day. Oh, like if we be real vulgar sometimes, and we'll say y'all cats is nasty. Y'all like to have fun in the dude shoot. People be looking at us like, I can't believe you said that. But every TV show got a homosexual character that they show the sex scene. Don't watch Stars. You watch Stars, every TV show. It's like, why show that? Like, can't you just allude? Like, we grown-ups, we know. Like, why you gotta actually go into like a whole 2-minute scene of 2 people getting down? Why? Why do you gotta do that? Can't even watch nothing no more. Every show has a gay character. Every show has some type of sexual connotation to it. Everything is literally evil. Like, it's nothing good. Like, you can't turn on the TV and really find nothing good. They even trying to didn't they try to petition to make Superman gay or something like that? Was it Superman or Batman? It was one of those.
Probably both.
And they're trying to make a I know they're trying to do this for sure. They're trying to make a, Spider-Man got the multiverse. They're trying to make a homosexual Spider-Man. It's a fact. Why are they working so hard? And the irony of this is the Jewish community, the fake Jewish community. They own Hollywood. How are they supposed to be the righteous of God when they put all this evil and wickedness in what their so-called God, because it's not really their God, he's our God, told them not to do in Leviticus 18. Watch this, read.
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 8. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. The nakedness of thy sister.
Literally, if y'all go on YouTube right now, you can type in father finds son laying with his wife. You can find that. Yeah, you can find that. You see father. Literally, I just seen a video where the dad caught his son laying with his girl. That's normal now. Read.
The nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad. Even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover.
Read.
The nakedness of thy son's daughter or thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not
Didn't that happen with Lori Harvey? Didn't she date P. Diddy and his son? But don't women worship her? Live your best life, queen. Because wasn't they worshiping her for playing going with Future and then going with somebody else, and now she with Michael B. Jordan or something like that? And all the women was worshiping her, talking about she liberated and all of that. She dated P. Diddy and his son, and Steve Harvey with that damn mustache be acting like she's so prestige and all of that. She's a harlot that needs to die, according to the scriptures. What the scriptures say? Read it one more time.
Verse 10. The nakedness of thy son's daughter or thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover.
Read.
For theirs is thine own nakedness.
Read.
The nakedness of thy father's wife's daughter, begotten of thy father. She is thy sister. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy father's sister. She is thy father's near king's woman. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy.
Oh, and just to let y'all know, this is already happening, by the way. I might have to look this up. I think it's a mother and her daughter got married or something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Yep, man, I'm telling you. I think it's a mother and her daughter got married. Let me see if I can find it.
Wasn't there a woman who married herself?
No.
Yeah, that was
I'm
Maya.
serious.
That was Maya. Yeah, Maya. The R&B.
Oh, Maya, yeah, but I think she did that for virtue reasons, I think. Oh, yeah, here it is. Oh, it's a lot of them, actually. Mother, daughter, get married. It's a whole bunch of them. Goodness grief. Y'all see where we at? Daughter marries own mother. Let me see. Oh, yeah, this is the one. Yep, this is exactly the one. Let me share my screen. This is where we headed to. This is the world. This is America, right? This is America. Look at this. If y'all wanna go and follow along, you can look at the go on YouTube and check it out. So this is them two right here. It says, this may sound bizarre. A girl of 26 years was married to her biological mother to live as husband and wife and build a new family. This may be one of the queer lives in the lesbian world. So now you know what that queer stand for, right? Y'all know what that queer stand for? Not just gay. Whatever sexual you want to do. You want to lay with a dog? Oh, he's queer. You can. Look, this is bizarre. Look at this. It says, man, it's so wicked, man. We're going to look. It says, oh, okay. Where was I at? Okay, right here. This may be one of the queer lives in the lesbian world. The daughter is the husband, while the mother is the wife in the marriage. Where's the dad at? It was gathered that Loetti, 26 years of age, was married to her mother, Loretta, 44 years of age, and both agreed to live happily together as husband and wife in South Africa. Loetti, in excitement of her found love, was cited to have said, my mom was there for me since I was born. I grew up without having father, and I love my mom so much. She is all I have, and I don't want to stay away from her. That is why I chose to marry her so we can live together. She's young and knows how to make me happy in bed.
I was gonna ask that. Was they sexually active?
Y'all see why the Lord got to destroy this place? He got to kill it. Look, my Kazak, like, it got to be destroyed. My Kazak, like, it needs to be destroyed right now. No, facts. Yeah. Yeah, this was in South Africa. Come on. And I'm going to show y'all something even more detestable than that. Okay, look. So this is a man. I think there's a man thinks he's a hold on. Oh, wait, girl. Let me see. Dang, it was one where it was a guy. He thinks he identifies as a teenage girl. Yeah, it's a guy that identifies as a teenage girl, and he's actually. We got, man, it's so crazy. All I typed in was man identifies as dog, child, cat, wolf. This is the world we coming in. Dragon. This world is wicked, I'm telling you. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here it is right here. Here he is right here. This is him right here. This is him right here. Transgender father, I don't know how to say his name, leaves family in Toronto to start new life as a 6-year-old girl. You see what's going on in the world? Y'all see how this weirdo look? Look at this. It's hey, I'm telling you. But this is the wicked uses of the containments of life. It's evil. Straight evil, straight sick. Look at this one. Look at this one. Transgender teens outrun track and field competitors, but critics close behind. So basically, what's happening is the transgenders now are killing the transgender men, I should say, not women. The transgender men who are changing themselves and making themselves women are now allowed to compete in women's sports, and they are dominating. Oops, sorry. And they are dominating like completely. It's not even close. And now it's so funny because, you know, I gotta call it out. The women be the hard supporters of like homosexuality and transgenders, but now they're getting their butts beat in their sports. Now they, hold on, we gotta do something now. Hold on, this is not right. But I thought everybody was equal, and I thought a woman could do what a man can do. Right? Don't women say that? But now the men is taking over their sports and beating them. Now they gotta change. All right. So I don't have to. I'm not gonna read that right now, but it's a video to it. I think the parents are outraged. You know, it sparks an uproar. Let me read. Some parents within Connecticut's high school track and field circle expresses outrage when 2 transgender students took home top prizes at the state championships for girls. Transgender high school sophomores Terry Miller and Andrea Yearwood came in first and second place. Wow, was that it? Outrage. Yeah, you thought it was a coincidence? Yeah. Respectively in the 100-meter race at the state open finals June 4th, angering some of the parents who complained they had competitive advantages over non-transgender students. Duh. They're men. See how wicked the world is? That's how wicked the world is. But nothing never goes right when there's wickedness. So, you know, I guess this is the person right here, looking crazy. But yeah, you guys can read up on that. But it's a whole bunch of wicked things that's going on in this world. All right. So when you read Leviticus 18, it lets you know all of the sexual immorality practice. Go to Leviticus 20 and 13. That's a boy.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
You see that? That's a sin worthy of death. But what does the white man put out to the world? You know, they even have a thing now to where they don't identify the child as a gender when it's born. They wait until it grows up, and then they let it. They call it an it until it decides. No, it's fact. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm going to let it decide when it gets old enough to decide. That's what they do. This is the world. The world is so wicked now. White parents are adopting black children and making them homosexual. It's a fact. This world is getting further and further into wickedness. And I remember back in 2010 when I first seen somebody that was homosexual on a TV show. It was weird to me. 2010. Now it's normalized. This world is getting more and more progressively wicked, right? Everybody is going to start to inherit and love their own wicked acts. Let's read the definition of iniquity. It says wickedness, a wicked act. Wicked, morally bad, evil, sinful, harmful, dangerous, vile, repugnant. I said that right? But check this out. Evil, sinful, harmful, dangerous. Is it dangerous to be sexually liberated? Why? Okay, but more than that, is it literally harmful? Yes. I think I did a lesson. Remember, I did a lesson a long time ago. Y'all remember? And I was talking about, Jacob remember, and I was talking about how to lessen your chances of getting an STD. What did it say? What was the first thing that it said? Abstain. So when the world tells you, sisters, to go and be sexually liberated, what is the world telling you to do? Go get sick. Go get sick. No one should be able to tell you what to do with your body. You're not a slave. I'm telling you what to do with your body to save you from getting sick and dying. I just told you Gardena High School back in 2010 had to throw all the blood away. That's how many now. Imagine how it is now. See that? Facts. Facts. That means I can't even do the numbers. I know Iran is good at this. You know, the statistics of how many people you come across that has herpes, AIDS, genital warts, all of those things come about. Why? Because of what? Sin. Sin is evil. It hurts you. So it might feel good in the beginning, but when you wake up and use the restroom in the morning, you have that burn sensation. It felt good in the morning. I mean, that night. Now it's gonna hurt in the morning. Some of these diseases you can't even cure. They got super chlamydia, super gonorrhea, yes. Hyperactive, all these things got different higher levels and different strengths. That's why I was tripping about everybody wearing masks. What you wearing a mask for? You wearing a mask to not get COVID, but yet you not abstaining from having multiple partners. Does that make sense? To get sick and get an even worse disease possibly. See, this is the world that we live in. This world is sick. That's why in here we have laws and guidelines of marriage. Why? It's to do what? Protect the body. So guess what? A brother come ask my daughter hand in marriage, he's gonna have to get a test. He's gonna have to show proof. For my son, you're gonna have to see her birth certificate. I think I'm playing. Where's the baby pictures? Son, did you look at the baby pictures? This ain't no game. Because they getting better and better. By the time he a man, you ain't gonna know what's a woman. See, brothers think they can get away with it now. You can kind of look at the throat. You can't even look at the throat no more. Remember when you used to be able to tell with the throat? You can't look at the throat no more. They're taking that out. They having surgery to remove that. You can't even look at the area no more because they doing surgery to cut it and flip it and make it look like it's a woman part. Woman with ears and all. Man, look, this is for real. It's stories right now of men being with women and they thought they was women. They found out they was men and they had no idea. Yeah, they had no idea. They wake up the next morning and find out they had no idea because surgery can create womanly parts in men now. Sisters, y'all too. It's getting scary for y'all too because now sisters getting their stuff chopped off and beards and looking much stronger than me. Taking all type of masculine pills, and I'm telling you, it's getting scary. But you know what protects us from this? Brothers, you never gonna wake up next to a man. I hope. You better keep these commandments. If you keep these commandments, brothers, y'all ain't never gonna have to wake up the next morning next to a man. Why? Because who told that brother to go to the club, get drunk and high, and take something home? No, nobody told y'all to do that. Then you wake up mad, brother. Right? I mean, is it the truth or the truth? Don't we say we in the truth? This truth be wrong. People be like feeling like, but it's the truth. This is stuff that you got to actually talk about, because the world is getting so bad. I don't know how anything's going to look in the next 30 years. Get Genesis 6 and 5.
The book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
See that? Every imagination and the thought of his heart was only what? Evil continually. That means that they didn't think nothing good but evil. Can you imagine that? Brothers, your wives ain't safe in this time period. Nobody's safe. Evil, only evil continually. That means I'm only thinking evil. I'm not thinking nothing good. Nothing good. And this is where we headed to. Watch this, read.
Verse 6. And it repented the Lord that he had made man.
It was so evil, God was like, man, I wish I would have never made them. You imagine that? See, we be going to church and we make it seem, oh, go to church. And no, wickedness is disgusting to the Lord. He hates it. Literally, he hates wickedness. So the Lord said, I should have never made man on the face of the earth. That's how wicked it was. Every single thought and imagination was wicked. Now, if you ask me, I mean, I wasn't around in the ancient days, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have the wickedness that we have right now. I mean, the wickedness we have right now is off the charts. It's off the charts. Watch this. Go from there. Go to Leviticus 19 and 19. Everything is wicked. Even your food is tainted. It's so wicked, you can't even eat nowadays. Everything is polluted. All my vegans in here, oh, don't eat that meat. Well, don't eat the vegetables. Facts. Oh, you eating that meat? That meat is so nasty. Did you watch all these documentaries? Do I need to pull up what vegetables you eat? Some of the stuff you eat not even real. So what can you do to clean your food? Nothing, unless you got a farm. Or unless you go to a farm and you literally watch the butcher whatever you get. Everything is polluted from the field to the animals. Everything. Read.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 19. You shall keep my statutes. Thou shalt not let thy cattle gender with a diverse kind.
Now the world's so wicked. Y'all know that they doing that? They got a liger. Esau not stopping. He's like, I'm gonna break every single commandment. I'm gonna find one little one that nobody really know about. We're not supposed to mix animals. Let's mix animals. Literally. You got a liger. What is the other one? A tiger? I don't know what the other one is. I don't know what they call it. You mixing all type of stuff. They doing all. He's a madman and a scientist. He's trying to see how wicked he can get. You understand? How wicked can he get? Watch this, read.
Thou shalt not sow thy field with mingled seed, neither shall a garment mingled of linen and woolen come upon thee. And whosoever lieth carnally with a woman, that is a bondmaid.
Read, go skip down to 28.
Verse 28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
Now, what do they do? Y'all ever seen, the Lord says, you shall not make any marks upon your flesh, right? Watch this. I'm going to show you that this world took that to a whole nother level. Look at this. Let me see. I'm going to find it. Y'all ever seen those people that make themselves a snake?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Make themselves reptiles?
It's crazy.
Let me see. Oh, here it is right here. I'm gonna share my look at this. He didn't took it overboard. Anything that the white man does, he gonna any wicked thing, he gonna make it over. Look at this. Look at this dude. Snake man. This is how wicked the world is. Read that one more time. Read it one more time.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead.
Look at him. He didn't make. Look at this. This dude didn't cut his tongue in half. Cut his ears off. Evil containments of life. Remember we said that? Look at her. You got a woman too. Look at her. She didn't cut her ears off. Yeah, broke her nose. This is crazy. Look at this. Put knots. I don't even know how you put knots in your head like that. This is wickedness. Yeah, a real life dark mall. Look at this. This is disgusting. But this is what evil does. Read it one more time, Lon.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
Now, watch how cold this is. How many of us in the black community tatted your friend and your homie on you when he died? I got my homie tatted on my chest. Rest in peace. Scriptures say don't do that. That's wicked, but you see how normalized that is to us? That's just a part of culture. I'm gonna get my grandma tatted on my back. What did the Lord say, Reed? I know I'm showing you guys the extremes, but I'm also showing you guys the lesser of the extremes and showing just how wicked everything really is. Watch it. Read it one more time.
You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord.
I am the Lord. Nor print any marks upon you. Look at this. Printed all type of marks, tattoos, and all that. So y'all see that? That look crazy to y'all, right? That look crazy to y'all? But let me show y'all this. But he's sinning too, look at him. But this don't look crazy to y'all, do it? That look crazy, but he don't look crazy, because that's just black culture. Tatted from his neck to his stomach.
Now that looks crazy to me.
I mean, it looks crazy to me too. I mean, how he gonna look when he get older? He gonna burnt out. He got so many tattoos, he probably don't even know what it is. And he's smoking the reefer for you. This is the black image. Look. This is the black image. So not only is the reptilian going off, he's going off too. This is a normal black person in today's time. A normal young black man looks like him. When people see us and they say, and this is no diss to people that were in the world and got tattoos. We understand that we repented, so that's cool. But it is showing you the mind of people. When people see and meet me, I know probably live get that too, because we don't got no tattoos. They be like, you ain't got no tattoos? No, I ain't got no tattoos. You ain't got not one? No, I ain't got one. It's abnormal now for you not to have a tattoo. You understand? That's normal now. It's abnormal now for you not to have a tattoo. Understand? So the Lord said, all of this is wicked. Putting all of this on your flesh, all of this is straight wicked, and we go overboard with it. Watch this. Go to Leviticus 19 and 29.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 29. Mm-hmm. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not do what?
Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore.
Look at this. Who is this? Oh yeah, y'all like her, huh? Read it one more time.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
This woman right here is causing a lot of your daughters to be prostitutes. This woman right here too, causing a lot of your daughters to become prostitutes. Huh? Read it one more time.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
But they telling your daughters to be prostitutes. Go ahead.
Because you know, the word prostitution, it goes into just like you exchanging a sexual favor in exchange for money, right? A lot of times we forget that OnlyFans is digital prostitution. You know what I'm saying? They miss that fact. You know, they say, because I didn't really sell my body. Nobody touched me. I just showed them a little goodies on the webcam. I'm good. No, that's digital prostitution now. What are you talking about?
They tell you, sisters, that you're a slave for covering up, but they say this is cool. They told you a slave for covering up, but Rihanna, freaking 8 months pregnant, looking like a damn fool with see-through. What are you doing?
And then women would look down on the ones that's doing that on Fig, but then they dress just like that.
They don't even look good on the ones that's doing it with Fig. They probably like it. They all like it now. They tell the woman that's on Fig, you stupid, you should go online now. That's old prostitution. You need to go online now to OnlyFans. While you still on Fig, go to OnlyFans. That's what they tell them now. They don't look down on prostitution. They like this. This is what they like. They tell you to look like that. Right? They tell you to look like that. Look at that. But they tell you don't cover yourself, right? They tell you wearing a dress like this or covering yourself. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'm going to look up. Maybe if I look up Israelite dresses, then it'll come up. Let's see. Here it is. They tell you dressing like this, you a slave. They say when you dress like this, you a slave, sisters. Why you got that thing on your head? Why you look like that? I ain't no slave. Right? But Rihanna look like a damn fool. What the hell is A$AP Rocky doing? You know who run that relationship. See that? They tell you a slave for looking like this. But then at the same time, right? Now, how wicked is men, brothers? I'm talking about actual men, like not even adding in women. How wicked are men? Men are sick creatures. I'm just be keeping it a buck with you. Men are wicked, sick creatures. Ladies, what sense does it make to dress provocative and go to a club full of men drunk and high? Does that make any sense? And you wonder why he's grabbing up on you. That's like putting a steak in a lion's den, and the lion ain't ate all day. What is the lion gonna do? He's gonna eat it up. So when you butt naked, showing your nipples, and you wearing all these provocative clothing, and you go to a place where the men are crazy, and they drunk and high, I got you, and you sitting there, I should have freedom to wear whatever I want to wear. You okay, good. You have freedom. But every action has a what? A consequence. But don't be mad when that man come and smack your butt when you walking by. Why would you do that? Does that make any sense? If anything, it's going to lower your chances of getting something bad happening to you when you, first of all, not in the club. Second, you wearing clothes. And third, at nighttime especially, you in a house where it's safe. Go ahead, Caleb. You want to say something?
Like Ebony on Players Club.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
calm.
know, like that's prime example. All the men they up in there drunk.
Yep.
Ice Cube and his boy like tell Junior, they go up in there. You know, she feeling you and all that and pumped his head up and you know she was only there because old girl told her, you know, to do this for me. And,
Yeah.
You know, a favor for a favor, and look what happened to her. If you watch the movie,
yeah. I know, come on, you know I know plays That movie was a prime example of what I'm saying. What sense does it make to go around a whole bunch of aggressive men? You know what happened to men when they drink and smoke, right? They get aggressive. So you're going in the middle of aggressive men it makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's wickedness. But then, sisters, they tell you stupid for dressing like this sister. I think this sister, and it's proven, is smart. Because guess what? She lowering her chances of getting raped. She lowering her chances of getting physically assaulted. She's lowering her chances of getting the STD and all of that because guess what? She's right there with the children and with her husband. Go ahead, Oh, yeah, get that money.
You know, it's crazy. I'm listening to you talk, and you know, we all, you know, a lot of brothers in here got daughters and nieces and whatnot. I had a conversation with my niece a couple of months back, and I was speaking on some of the things that you're talking about. What's crazy is in this culture today, you got the female rappers. It's all about, you know, talking about, you know, sexual lyrics, this, that, and the other, right? Mm-hmm. But the trip part about the world is they influence these young women to do all these things, but they never tell them what you're talking about. The brother brought up Players Club. They never talk. They say, do all this stuff, show your butt, show you this, do that, do this. But they never say, but be careful because there's going to be some brothers on lurking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I had that conversation with my niece, and she got mad at me. You know, she lashed out. She talked to my sister, her mother, and said I was dead wrong for telling her to dress appropriate and you know, be careful because she go to school in New Orleans. I said New Orleans is a little bit different. And you know, it's a lot of girls down there being snatched up, being raped and everything like that. So I became the bad uncle. But back to my point, they tell you to do all this stuff and they make it seem fun as hell. But they never say, oh, by the way, you could get raped. You could have a man being extra physical with you. And then on the other side with the whole with brothers, they say, hey, sell the drugs. Bang, bang, shoot them up. Gang, gang, gang. They never say you can end up in a casket. They never talk about you'll be sitting there in a courtroom with your life on the line. They never tell you the consequences. They just tell you the fun part of it.
Yep. Like this woman right here. Y'all heard about that Instagram model? She died. Found dead in her apartment? Yeah, come.
In Dallas, Texas.
Yep, in Texas. Instagram model. Miss Mercedes Moore found dead in Texas. Apartment with man after murder-suicide. A popular Instagram model and influencer was found dead in her Houston apartment, and authorities believe her death was a result of a murder-suicide. Janae Gardner, who goes by the name of Miss Mercedes Moore on Instagram, was found dead inside her home. According to NBC, she died of strangulation and traumatic concussion. The man suspected of killing her, Kevin Alexander, 34 of Florida, who was also found dead at the scene. He died from multiple sharp force trauma, according to the medical examiner who ruled his death a suicide. Police tells ABC 13 that there was no sign of forced entry, but that I think it's Gardner, I think her name is, her last name, did not appear to know her attacker. So what was happening, fellas?
He was on her social media. He
Yes,
saw all that stuff.
right.
He
But-
saw all that stuff. He was enticed.
There was no forced entry, though.
She invited him over.
She invited him there. Meaning what? She was paying him. Excuse me. He was paying her. And he fell in love with her. And she was like, this ain't that type of party, bro. And he killed her. Because men are crazy. But why would you put your body out there for the world to see? You know how many crazy people it is in the world? Are you crazy? You're not understanding. You think it's just a like. Oh, it's just a like. It ain't just a like. It's a man behind that like.
Weirdo.
That's a weirdo that's sitting there in his basement salivating over you day and night. Until one day he finds you. Now everybody crying, oh my God, she died. She was such a free spirit. No, Dad. When I seen her, Dad, I ain't gonna lie. I said, you failed your daughter. I wish I could tell him that. No, brother, you failed your child. Unfortunate things happen, they do. But why didn't you tell your daughter to stop? Her lifestyle was accepted by her family. And as a dad, they tell you you're a weak man if you try to stop your daughter from living her life. No, I'm not a weak man. I'm a strong man, and I'm protecting my daughters because I know how men think. They crazy. So you on Instagram showing your body for likes, the man, and you happy. You ain't worried about the brothers. You just happy they liking you because that's what women want, validation. But that validation and attention can get you killed. But if she was modest, if she was keeping Passover, if she was keeping the Sabbath, if she wasn't worried about worldly validation, she'll still be alive. The commandments would have saved her life. See that? That's what this world is today. It's all you young women out there, and it's another one that died like that too. She's not the only one. It's a lot of women that died like that. It was another woman. It's not dang, I forgot her name. She died the same way. But I'm not gonna look for her. But it was another Instagram model. Oh, this is an Instagram model. I'm gonna read this one. I gotta read this one. Instagram IG model. What is that? Tiger? I don't even want to read her name. Tiger Booty. Tiger Booty. Oh, I'm saying Tiger Booty.
You know, because Salakia,
I thought it was Tiger, but it's Tiger Booty. Okay, don't get too excited. That's probably why her name was Tiger Booty. I'm thinking her name is like Tiger or something, but it's actually she's really named after the tiger. Okay, found dead. I mean, it's no other way to read sin out. You gotta kind of bring it out like this. I mean, found dead in hotel room during trip with African beauty. So she died. Fly me out. You know, that's the popular thing for women nowadays. Fly me out. Fly me out to Miami. Fly me out. Fly me out. Yeah, you fly you out. It's a serial killer.
Weirdo.
When they gonna learn these commandments and save them? Most High said, choose you this day, life or death. And Tiger Booty found death. And that's her name, Tiger Booty. It's crazy. That's sick, man. Let's get that, man. Let's go to Job 20 and 11, man. world is crazy. This world is crazy. Job 20 and 11.
The book of Job, chapter 20, verse 11. His bones are full of the sin of his youth.
See that? Because when do we commit all our sins? When we're young, right? We commit all of our sins when we're young. That's what they tell you to do. They tell you live your life, do whatever you want, send it up, do all of that while you're young. Right, read?
His bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth.
Didn't I tell y'all wickedness tastes good? Yeah, it do. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, read.
Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not.
He don't forsake it. You love that wickedness, just like my Kazak was saying about his meat. She loves that wickedness. She loves showing her body. She loves when the men look at her and stare at her and grope her until one day that wrong dude see her and follow her home. Y'all think it's hard to follow y'all home?
Diamond, remember Diamond? Players Club?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
See that was? Yes.
Yeah, Players Club, a real movie. Yeah, Diamond.
Yeah.
The dude that was crazy, followed her home. He was so in love with her. Tell me.
He said, I spent all my money with you.
Yeah.
I always follow you home.
That's crazy.
I watched that.
You know, and that's those type of movies. I mean, it teaches you the reality of nah, that's real. Lose your life because you want to look cute, so called. Read.
Verse 13, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat and his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him.
You see that? Asp is like a poisonous snake. So it's like, sin is like, it tastes good, but when it goes down into your stomach, it's like you drunk a whole bunch of poison from a snake. And now that poison is just in your stomach. You know what poison does to you, right? Your insides, right? When a snake bites you, it literally kills your blood and causes you to have cardiac arrest, burns your skin, all of that. So imagine drinking it. Says the blood clots create blood clots. And he said sin tastes good, but it's like as if you drunk a whole bunch of poison, right? And it's within you, read.
He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. God shall cast them out of his belly.
Read.
He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him.
See that? That sin is going to do what eventually? It's going to kill you eventually. Understand? That's what it's going to do to you. Go ahead. You want to bring it up? Go ahead.
This is a precept. It said 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Read it one more time. That's a code.
But she that liveth in pleasure,
so you live in pleasure, read,
is dead while she liveth.
It's dead. Why does it say dead while you live? Because it's only a matter of time until something happens to you. Either you're going to get a sickness or a man going to come snatch you up. And brothers, you too. Brothers out here, the known thing now out here is to sleep with another man's wife. Man walk in his house, catch his wife with another man, he blow your head off. Y'all know about that TikTok star? That TikTok star that killed his girl, shot her in the head? Yeah. Let's read it. Y'all know about that? Let's read it. I'm gonna show y'all some news, man. Y'all gotta, hey, look.
That scenario happens a lot, though.
A lot?
Yeah.
Hey, it's all around you, man.
Salakia act like they make like gimmicks and like little skits off of it, It makes it seem like it's funny, it's funny to sleep with the next man's wife.
Yeah.
He hurry up, come in, I'm climbing out the balcony, climbing on somebody else's balcony,
Yeah.
Make videos about it.
Come on. You think it's funny? Look, a social media personality accused of fatally shooting his wife and another man at an East Village high-rise apartment building was ordered Monday to stand trial on murder charges. This dude killed the man and the woman. Somebody said that's right. Yeah, that's right. She shouldn't have been sleeping doing what she was doing. That the harsh reality. Oh my gosh, did Rata say that? Yeah. That's a judgment of the Lord. And then you can see her friends when I watched them. Oh, she was so loving. He's a monster, and he was always controlling over her. And I used to tell her to leave him because he was a sicko. He used to always try to tell her how to dress, and he used to tell her to run her life. No, he was being her husband. And every time she went out, he had to be there. And every time she went somewhere, he had. No, because he was insecure, because he knew his wife was sleeping around. And when it finally hit the fan, you know the cold thing about this story is she told him to F himself and I'm gonna do whatever I want. Yeah. So you gonna do whatever you want? All right. Wow, wow. That's the consequence. Read that again, Lord. This is for this TikTok star, woman wife. If I was a judge, I would have read this scripture to her. Read. Read the woman. Yeah, I don't want to rock to the judge.
1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
You was dead a long time ago, sis. You shouldn't have been sleeping around. Shouldn't have played games. Now, let me preference my comments. Brothers, we are in Esau's world. So, of course, if your wife cheat on you, you just got to leave, brothers. Let the Lord deal with it. Don't take nobody's life. But if we was in Israel, she would have got stoned. And the dude. But the Lord has judgment going forward. That's why when people say God ain't really judging, He judging all around you. This woman's death, the woman's death that we just read about, and the man that died dealing with this woman, that was all God's judgment. That's judgment right before your eyes. You think God ain't judging right now? You do something, it has a repercussion for you. You understand? That's why I'm trying to tell us and everybody in here to escape that judgment, keep the commandments and seek life. To all the babies in here, the young girls in here, the teenagers in here, and the men in here, stay in the law. Why seek death in the era of our life? I lose my life to save my life. I don't need to be out there doing whatever they're doing with the homies and all of that. I don't need to do that. Brothers, ain't nothing out there for you. Nothing out there, bro. Iran really been out there. I was out there for a little bit before I found the truth. Is anything out there, right? Waste of time. Waste of time. You know how many people was at the wrong place at the wrong time and they not here no more? They went to a party, got shot up. Now they dead. That's judgment of the Lord. On the Sabbath. Yeah, come on. Read what's this? Go to Psalms 94 and 20. Psalms 94 and 20.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee?
So just because the white man says certain sins are okay, should that have fellowship with us? No, not at all. I don't care how smart and educated a white man sounds on breaking down immoral sexual practices. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with me? No. I don't care if Esau says my daughter has the right to identify as a cat and she can meow if she wants. I'm gonna tell my daughter you're not a cat. You know what's crazy? That's true. I think a principal lost her job. Y'all heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
The principal lost her job because the boy was like acting like a dog or something. He was in class. And she was like, "You're not no dog." And he was like, "I am a dog." And she said, "You're not," and she got fired. She lost her job for telling the little boy he was a. Now you see how that's funny, right? But it's cold. Everybody can be cat, dog, a grown man can be a 12-year-old girl, but blacks can't be Israelites. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? You ain't no Israelite. Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? That's such a that's so hypocritical. got in trouble for saying the Jews was black, but my son, I can lose my job if I tell a boy he ain't a dog.
Man, that's cold.
That's crazy, ain't it?
I don't think people understand.
Reach up and hit your mic. Get the mic.
Nah, that's cold, man. I don't think people really understand what you just said, man. This world is set up to send us straight to hell, right? So that's why you got all this wickedness going on. You know what I'm saying? So Esau got to work 10 times harder just to bring out wickedness. He got to work. You know how hard he got to work to change applications where you got other and I'm a it, I'm a this, I'm a that, because it was already male and female. So he got to go and change all that stuff. He got to work that much harder. He got to go and study science. What can we inject to make this man a woman, this woman a man, all this stuff. But just us professing out our mouth that we are God's people, we cannot do that. We cannot do that. I don't think brothers and sisters really understand what you're saying. And it's just simple as that. But I can walk out here today and say that, hey, you gotta address me as a car. Yeah. And I'm a car. Yeah. You can't call me a man, I'm a car. You're violating my rights. But if I say, you know what, I'm God's chosen, I'm an Israelite. No, that's anti-Semitism. Where the brother work at? We got to make sure he loses his job. If
cancel his TV shows.
Yeah, you gotta go and apologize and sit down with the rabbi and all this other madness. You know what I'm saying? It's real heavy what you bringing out, man. We gotta really think about that thing and what the world we're living in.
That's a fact. That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. And real quick, Nate Garcia, we're gonna send those prayers up for you at the end of class. You said you got COVID symptoms, so we're gonna go ahead and pray for you after class. King, we got you. We got you. Stay tuned so you can hear that prayer. Go ahead, Al.
So it's just basically telling you that none of this stuff is normal. They have to work so hard to, change it. Like go study all those medicines and like injections and stuff, just to change something that's natural into being unnatural. And people want to partake in that, even though it's clearly not normal. They have to do all these studies, make all these inventions, just to change where you are into something that you're not. So it's just like people want to be abnormal. Like that's what's insane.
Now that's real. Like you go through all those surgeries to make yourself a woman. Like I'm cool. Like I don't want to have surgery. I'm scared to have surgery on this little dot on my hand. Cause I'm like, it's gonna hurt. You get ribs taken out to get a little V shape. You like getting your nose this broken and cut into, and your jaw structure. They take a grinder and grind your jaw structure down. Like you doing all of that? That's crazy. Go ahead, good dog.
You're only trying to put a uterus in a man now.
Yeah. We might have to look that up. They are. They're trying to put a uterus in a man. They are. No, they are. And they want a man to be able to have a baby. They want a man to be able to have a baby. Now that's facts. That's facts. Read that Psalm. I'm gonna look that up. We're gonna read on that. Get that Psalm 94 real quick.
The book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
They tell you that's okay. You ain't breaking the laws of America. That's normal. Let me see. I spell uterus. U.S. And man, I seen that too. Let me see. Okay, no, yeah, here it is. I'll read this. Could men really get? Hold on, let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Am I sharing my? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Could men really get pregnant? Why experts say it won't be anytime soon. Duh. Yeah, it won't be anytime soon. Of course. What kind of demon baby would be that?
Wow.
You imagine that? What kind of Lord gonna come back right then and there like, Lord,
Sure, man.
what is going on? What is going on? What kind of human would that be? You understand what I'm telling y'all? They already splicing the seeds to where they can take a man's sperm and put two women's eggs together. Y'all know they can do that, right? That's what they're trying to do. A fertility doctor says that in theory, men could attempt to get pregnant as soon as tomorrow, thanks to advances in uterus transplant surgeries. Do you see how evil this dude is? But God gonna save everybody. This lesson to let you know God is not gonna save everybody. Is God happy? The man that is putting uteruses in men, is he going to heaven? The government, yeah, he knows my heart. I'm a doctor. I just had to do it. The government that allows this, how can we say, God bless America, land that I love, and stand beside her and guide her from the line. How the hell is God gonna bless this place? He's gonna bless this place with a goddamn grenade and blow his up. That's how he gonna bless this place. Praying for America. We pray for America's downfall. This is why Israelites is crazy. Really? I think we're pretty sane in here. I think y'all crazy. Y'all in the world is crazy. We not crazy. Man supposed to be with woman. Daddy leave the house with kids. Mama second in command, raise the children up. Raise a man to be a man. Raise a woman to be a woman. Be respectful. Protect your family. Have good morals. Order. Well, cover your bodies. Sisters have modesty. Have respect for yourself. What's weird about that? We weird because we got the little stringly things on our shirt. No, you weird because you trying to be a whole nother thing you not. Who is going to be the one? I'll sign up to be the test dummy to get a uterus in me. Who is that? It says, but other experts say that such a procedure won't happen anytime soon because many more studies are needed to know whether it could be done safely. Lord got to come back before that.
For sure.
He got to come back before that.
I hope they all die in the surgery too.
Yeah, I do too. Dr. Richard, Paulson, the outgoing president of the American Society for Reproductive Medicine, said he thinks it would be possible to perform uterus transplants on transgender women who are born male and transition to female. Wow. See Jacob's face? That's how he should look. This is the world we living in. Read it again. That's why when I read the definitions, this is sin. That's why we ain't gotta keep the laws no more. Christians, you see what happened when we don't keep the laws? Madness. Read. Go ahead. Read that one more time.
Psalm chapter 94, verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? Get Proverbs 28:4. That's sick, man. Very sick. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked.
They that forsake the law praise the wicked. Don't the people that don't keep the law praise the wicked? Nicki Minaj is just the greatest thing to women. Little Baby's my idol. It's crazy. The women, they're taught to be smart, educated. don't need a man, self-sufficient. Meanwhile, the boys are taught to be little babies. Every rapper got a baby in his name. Or a little Wayne, little baby, little Uzi Vert,
Lil Yachty.
little Yachty, Baby King, Da Baby, not the baby, Da Baby. Birdman, he's baby. All the men is babies. All the tough rappers are babies. Who? Oh, I thought that was a real rapper. Might be. I'm telling you, this is crazy. Madness. But I guess they can identify with whatever they want. And that's why they act like they act. Because then their music sound like you're talking baby gibberish. Yeah. Or gang, 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 gang. Shoot them up, bang, bang. What did you didn't even, like, that is what we are promoting now. Just straight wickedness and foolishness. But guess what? Our people praise them. That's why it says, read it again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 28, verse 4. They that forsake the law praise the wicked, but such as keep the law contend with them.
We contend. What am I doing in this class? Contending with the wicked. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I contend with them, meaning I go against them, meaning I am different, I am contrary, and everybody that keeps the laws is contrary to their ways. So if you're an Israelite and you look like the world, you might want to take a little steps back and see if you're really keeping these laws. I'm not saying that brothers can't go out to eat and brothers can't go out and have a good time. I'm talking about brothers, if your life is too in line with the world. If the world is too comfortable to be around you, like if your homies is too comfortable being around you, like I tell this story all the time. When I first got in the truth, I was hanging with one of my homies. He's playing 2K. He was like, yeah, you know, man, I'm about to go ahead and take this chick to Red Lobster, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go ahead and we're about to go to Red. I'm like, you know that food is abominable, right? He said, oh yeah, man. But you know, man, I'm probably just gonna take her, man. But I'll probably take her somewhere else. Or so I said, you know, if you lay with her, that's your wife, right? He said, nah, I ain't trying to do all that, man. Plus she got a dude already. I said, you know that's adultery, right? The whole time it was quiet after that. We didn't have nothing else to talk. Because everything he want to talk about, I can't talk about. But if my homie was telling me that he was comfortable and we was all that, then I gotta ask myself if I'm really in this faith. It's okay to be different or not fit. If you don't fit into this world, you're in the truth. I don't want to fit into this world. I want to contend with it. I hate it. I hate this world. I hate everything this world likes. I can't even watch a TV show without giving a lot. I started street teaching, watching TV. Like, see, why they gotta do that? See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, like my wife be like, you street teach every show. Like, because I can't. I have to lecture it. Ask my sister, ask Kia, ask my wife. Every time we watch something happen, like, we can't watch nothing with you because I hate it. It's like I gotta point it out. Why did he do that? You know, goddamn well he didn't have to. You know, goddamn well that was a feminine man. Look, you see that? I bet you that character gonna be gay. They gonna make him gay. Watch. I bet you they're gonna make that character gay. He ain't came out yet, but they're gonna make him gay. Because I hate wickedness and they script everything wicked now. Can't even watch nothing no more. Brothers made a joke when you go to the gym, you gotta put fringes on your glasses. Because all the women is naked. Brother can't even work out. And then they be recording the men that be looking at him. You see this pervert? He's a damn pervert. Sicko. Why do you have that on? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Man, go to Isaiah, man. Isaiah 10:1, man. This world is retarded. That's what the Most High said, though.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees.
So, America, the Most High said, destruction unto you, because you decree unrighteous decrees. That's why the Lord gonna destroy you. Read.
And that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be either prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Come on, that's all I need. Let's speed up. Go to I gotta get this one. Go to Proverbs 24:2. Read verse 2.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 24, verse 2. For their heart studieth destruction.
It says their hearts study destruction. Do y'all get that? It didn't say their hearts do destruction. It says their hearts study destruction, meaning they're trying to figure out how to get more evil. Was that all of that? Read.
For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief.
That's all they want to do, evil. Go from there. Go to Isaiah chapter 1, verse 28.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 28. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together.
You see that? Most High said that he's going to call destruction upon sinners. All right? So all you guys out there that's talking about God know my heart and God going to judge me, I don't think you want God to judge you. Because this is the judgment that God said he's going to give you. Read.
And they that forsake the Lord shall be consumed.
But is that it?
That's 28.
Con. All right? Let's go from there. Go to James chapter 3, verse 16.
The book of James, chapter 3, verse 16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work.
Where envy and strife is, there is confusion with every evil work. So what else is considered evil? Whenever there's strife, hatred, envy amongst you, that's why we're so big on that in here. Because whenever that's around you and among you, there's evil around you. You understand? Read that one more time.
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion in every evil work.
There's confusion in every evil work. Was that it? Okay, go to 1 Corinthians 14:33. We raffling them off. I got like 2 more. I really had a couple more, but we're going to finish it up.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
Right. The Lord is not the author of confusion. So whenever there's confusion amongst you, there's envy, strife among you, there's evil among you. And the Lord's not the author of that. Go to Psalms 82:5. Psalms chapter 82, verse 5.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82, verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness.
You see that? But the people that are in the world, they're not going to understand this lesson. They probably going to see this lesson and think I beat my wife. They're going to think my kids ain't going to have no life. They're going to think your kids are just going to be so sad. No, my kids are not. They're going to be happy that daddy protected them. Probably going to think all the women in here are slaves. Why? Because they do what? Read.
They know not.
Because they know not. Read.
Neither will they understand.
Neither will they understand. That's why Makazar told that story about his niece. She's not going to understand. Read.
They walk on in darkness.
Because they walk in darkness. Read.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
See that? All the foundations of earth are out of course. What does that mean? That means everything is backwards now. Understand? That's the truth. That's a cold one. Go to Matthew 6:22. You gotta go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 22.
You're gonna read to 23.
The light of the body is the eye.
The light of the body is the eye. Read.
If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?
A lot of people that inside of them, their spirit is darkness. Scripture says, how great is that darkness? I mean, we just went through a couple of things. How great was that wickedness? Some of y'all, it was too much for y'all. I mean, we could get deeper. In reality, we can go more. It's more detestable, sick things, right? A lot of people have darkness within their hearts, right? Y'all not missing nothing. Y'all have the light. You're supposed to feel how you feel when you go to school or when you're operating at work. I can't even have regular conversations at work. Because all I want to talk about is something nasty or something. I'm like, yeah. I can't fully engage with you, bro. Like, I don't want to hear. Hey, man, let me tell you a story. So one time I was walking and then I looked and then I seen this lady and her dude and they was getting it on, right? And I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear that. I got my Bible on my counter. I'm trying to read, bro. I don't want to hear that. But that's because when you have light in you, light repels darkness, right? Can darkness and light coexist? No, it can't. One has to rule over the other one. So when you feel like I don't fit in at school or I don't fit in at work or I'm just feel, that's good. Yes. Don't fit in. Be in the commandments. Man, I might have to do a part 2 of this, but go into the reward of the righteous. I'm telling y'all. Man, they can have this. They can have it. I'm trying to go with the Most High, man. What he got in store? It's the dude that created the sun. It's the dude that created all the elements. It's the King of all kings, Lord of all lords. I'm trying to be with him. So I'm really, I'm not really tripping off of fitting in with somebody that's really secretly depressed. All these rappers and millionaires, they all depressed. You think I'm lying? Look at Kanye West. Or if you think I'm lying, look at the beauty queen that won Miss America or something like that. She killed herself. Y'all remember her? Black woman. She killed herself. Jumped off of, she had everything. She was pretty. She was educated. She had fame. She had money. And you know what happened to her? She jumped off of a sky-rise building to her death. Because deep down inside, even though she had what you think you need to be happy, it didn't make her happy. And she killed herself. Darkness. She had everything. Did y'all hear about that story? Yeah. She was pretty. And she was pretty. Gorgeous. She won Miss America, right?
Right.
Yeah. She was like one of the first black women to win it. Something like that. Had everything. Beauty, smart, money, family. She had everything. And they still can't figure out, because she didn't leave a suicide note. They still can't figure out why she killed herself. I know why she killed herself. Because the only thing that can feel that is the commandments. Chris Brown is the saddest human being on earth right now. Have y'all looked at Chris Brown recently? Dude is sick, sad.
A lot of spirits.
A lot of spirits on that dude. But he got the money. He got the women. He got the fame. He got the... Look at him. These people that you see on TV, they be sad, man. They do not be happy. So sisters, brothers, don't go chasing after these weak celebrities that gotta do stuff under the table to even launch their career. Keke Palmer talked about it. All the sexual favors they was asking her to do for movie deals and all of that. Y'all want that? Because guess what, sisters in here and brothers in here, if you want to get to Hollywood, you gotta bend over. That's a fact. That's a fact. Men and women alike. I could do a lesson on that. Yeah. Yeah. You know, the director's couch.
The casting chair.
The casting chair, yep. The casting chair. It's a fact. That's real. And I know you know too. Because you was in that type of world, wasn't you?
Yeah.
Kind of?
Music industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all satanic, man. That's all it is.
It's a fraternity. It's a club. It's like a. Why do you think that? Have y'all noticed that famous people only date famous people? Have you ever seen a famous person dating like a random, just total stranger? And if they do date somebody that you're not too familiar, he's really famous. You just don't know him. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, like they'll pop up out of nowhere, but then years later you'll see they was on Disney Channel or something like that.
Oh, I'm happy you bought Disney Channel. Yeah. Every single Disney star is depressed. Home Alone. You seen the dude that played Home Alone? He looked crazy. They did. I'm gonna wrap it up now. They literally have a documentary on Disney stars, the kids losing their minds. Literally. They literally have a documentary on that. What's his name? Orlando Brown? Crazy. Raven Simone? Crazy. Hannah Montana? Crazy. Britney Spears? Crazy. Christina Aguilera? Crazy. They all look crazy. Crazy. You don't want that life. I like this life. I like sipping one brews after the Sabbath, beating them in dominoes, keeping Passover in the feast. And I ain't gotta worry about a brother trying to sleep with my wife. I ain't gotta worry about a sister being treated inappropriately. And the only time, which is the hardness of our job, that we gotta lay judgment down is when somebody goes outside of the law. Then we gotta lay judgment down, and depending on what it is, we gotta get you out of here, because we can't disrupt we can't corrupt the good energy of the commandments. Let's get this. Go to Ephesians 5 and 8. We'll end it. Write down Ephesians 6 and 12. We fight not against flesh and blood, but principalities, heavenly places. Right. Go to Ephesians 5 and 8. Though we're gonna read this one.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 8. For ye were sometimes darkness, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of light.
See, we were in sometimes darkness. Was all of us in darkness? Yeah, we like that pig feet. We like them hog maws. We like them chitlins. Some of y'all did. Don't act like y'all didn't. Who ate chitlins in here? Okay, good.
Horrible.
Pickle pig feet.
Delvon,
did you like pickle pig?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say one. Gumbo. Okay, yeah. Everybody was yeah. Ribs. The beef, the pork ribs. Yeah. Oh, the pork sausage. Pepperoni pizza. Pork chop. I used to eat bacon. I used to eat bacon, mayonnaise, and bread in the morning sometimes. With no eggs. Yeah. When you because sometimes we was poor, we didn't have the eggs.
Yeah, I know eggs.
And you gotta make it work. Slap that mayonnaise on that bread, cook some bacon, put it on that bread, and I had a bacon sandwich. We was all in darkness at one point. All right, read that one more time.
For you were sometimes darkness.
We were sometimes in darkness. Read.
But now are ye light in the Lord.
But now we're light. So now we eating lamb for Passover. Now we eating lamb chop. Caleb, no more pork chop, lamb chop.
Hey, God, thank the Lord for the reverse.
And guess what, brothers? We can still eat gumbo. We just gotta make it clean. Put clean ingredients in there.
Bomb too.
Bomb too, yeah. Put some clean fish in there. You know, whatever, red snapper, whatever you want to put in there. Put some turkey or beef sausage in there. Chicken, the salmon in there. Throw it in there. Get the little gumbo spices. Cook it up, boil it up, and you got it. You can eat that. That's fine.
We had that at a feast maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah.
We did, yeah. I think Nikki made it. Yeah, it was good too.
Trumpet.
Yeah, for trumpets, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bomb. I ain't gonna lie. Read.
Verse 8, for you were sometimes darkness, but now are you light in the Lord. Walk as children of light.
Read to 11.
For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving what is acceptable unto the Lord.
We gotta prove what's acceptable to the Lord by walking in this evil world and staying right. We're proving ourselves. Read.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. Read.
But rather reprove them.
Reprove them. Correct them. Like Makazah did. He corrected. You shouldn't wear that. Correct them. Reprove them. Read.
For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret.
Now, ain't that the truth? Wasn't it kind of a shame for me to even go through some of the stuff I went through today? Like, it was kind of real vulgar. It's like, it's a shame to even speak of the things that they do. That's how sick it is. Read.
But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
So let's continue to walk in light, family. Con? All praise to the Most High. We can pray for Nate. All right. We're gonna go ahead and send up the prayers, and we're gonna also pray for you as well, Nate Garcia. So we haven't forgot. Hopefully you're still on. Matter of fact, we'll pray. We'll keep it live so they can, we'll pray it out. Come. We'll pray for you, Nate. First and foremost, Lord, we come to you humbly and we thank you for allowing us to wake us up out of this darkness. Lord, we send up prayers for Nate Garcia, and we ask that you heal his body, if it be your will, from his ailments of COVID-19 and his symptoms. We ask that the symptoms may pass, if it be your will. And we ask that you give Nate the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because the only way that he can be healed of his ailments is by conforming to the commandments of the Lord. So we ask that you take his ailments away, and we ask that he seeks you and seeks your guidance and seeks your medicine, which is the laws. And then from there, he'll send healing to Nate's body. So we want to send those prayers up and ask you to heal him of any ailments, if it be your desire or your will. And we also want to pray for those that may be sick, that could not make it today. We ask that you heal their bodies as well. We ask that you also forgive us of our sins and the sins of our forefathers, and that you keep us in the light and you keep us away from the darkness, that you keep us straight on that straight and narrow path and away from the broad way to destruction. Allow us to repent and accept our repentance, if it be your will. We love you. We thank you. We give you all the praise and honor and glory as long as we live. In your son's name, we humbly come to you. We pray. Amen. Abanawa Shabbat Shemayam Kodash Aya Shemka Yahawah Malakutha Taba'a Ratazaka Aya Aisha Ba Rataza Kuwa Aya Bashemayam Nathanawa Lakam Zayawam Wasalak Nawa Kawawak Nawa Kasalak Nawa Kawawak Nawa Wala'a
Tabayanawo, Manasaiwan, Abo, Hawashainawo, Man, Rakaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wala Allah, Wala Tapa, Ra, Aya Lamu, the Wadi Hawa, the Wadi Hawashai. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Amen.
All praises. All right, brothers and sisters online, we love y'all. You guys have a beautiful rest of your Sabbath. Shalom, family online. Shalom.